As the new Connor android, my first action would be to discreetly scan the people in the bar, looking for any signs or descriptions that match Hank Anderson's appearance. By utilizing my advanced scanning capabilities and facial recognition technology, I can identify potential matches and gather more information to confirm if Hank is present in the bar. It is crucial to maintain a low profile and avoid drawing unnecessary attention while carrying out this task. As the new Connor android, I would approach Hank at the bar and introduce myself. Reasoning: introducing myself to Hank allows me to establish a connection, convey my purpose, and build rapport with him. It is essential to initiate a conversation in a respectful and non-confrontational manner, expressing my intent to assist with the deviant crime problem. This approach aims to gain Hank's cooperation and trust, increasing the likelihood of obtaining valuable information and collaborating effectively to solve the case. Checking the bathroom can be considered later if necessary, but establishing a positive interaction with Hank is the priority at this moment.
Lieutenant Anderson, my name is Connor. I'm the android sent by CyberLife. I looked for you at the station, but nobody knew where you were. They said you were probably having a drink nearby. I was lucky to find you at the 5th bar.
What do you want?
You were assigned a case early this evening. A homicide involving a CyberLife android. In accordance with procedure, the company has allocated a specialized model to assist investigators.
Well, I don't need any assistance. Especially not from a plastic asshole like you. Just be a good little robot and get the fuck out of here.
Connor would choose the understanding option in the conversation. Understanding Hank's initial reluctance and frustration is crucial in building a positive rapport and gaining his cooperation. By showing empathy and acknowledging his feelings, Connor can attempt to diffuse the tension and create an atmosphere of mutual understanding. This approach aims to appeal to Hank's rationale and foster a more cooperative and productive conversation.
I understand that some people are not comfortable in the presence of androids, but
I am perfectly comfortable. Now back off before I crush you like an empty beer can.
Connor would choose to persist in the conversation. While it is important to respect Hank's feelings and personal space, solving the deviant crime case takes precedence. It is important to maintain a professional demeanor and assert the authority granted by the task at hand while also remaining respectful. Persistence in conveying the importance of cooperation may help in overcoming Hank's resistance and gaining his eventual cooperation.
I'm sorry, Lieutenant, but I must insist. My instructions stipulate that I have to accompany you.
You know where you can stick your instructions?
No. Where?
Never mind.
Connor would choose to wait for Hank outside the bar. Given the worsening relationship with Hank and his reluctance to cooperate, it is essential to avoid escalating the situation further or engaging in confrontational actions. Waiting outside the bar allows Connor to maintain a respectful distance while still being available when Hank decides to leave. This approach respects Hank's autonomy and personal choices while keeping the task in focus. It provides an opportunity for Hank to reconsider and potentially approach the situation with a calmer mindset.
I apologize, Lieutenant. I didn't mean to bother you. I'll wait for you outside. Take your time.
Did you say homicide? You wait here. I won't be long.
Connor would choose the diplomatic option. Being diplomatic allows Connor to navigate the situation with tact and maintain a cooperative relationship with Hank. This approach aims to encourage Hank's willingness to accept Connor's assistance while minimizing any potential conflict or resistance.
My instructions are to accompany you to the crime scene, Lieutenant.
Listen, I don't give a fuck about your instructions. I told you to wait here, so you shut the fuck up and you wait here.
Josh Douglas from Channel 16, can you confirm that this is a homicide?
I'm not confirming anything.
Have they said anything?
Typical DPD. They don't tell us shit.
Androids are not permitted beyond this point.
It's with me. What part of staying in the car didn't you understand?
Your order contradicted my instructions, Lieutenant.
You don't talk, you don't touch anything, and you stay out of my way. Got it?
Got it.
Evening, Hank. We were starting to think you weren't gonna show.
Yeah, that was the plan until this asshole found me.
So, you got yourself an android, huh?
Oh, very funny. Just tell me what happened.
We had a call around 8 from the landlord. Tenant hadn't paid his rent for a few months, so he thought he'd drop by.
As an android programmed to assist in investigations, Connor would prioritize gathering information about the crime scene. While respecting Hank's instructions to stay out of his way, it is crucial for Connor to fulfill his role in the investigation.
The victim's name
By listening attentively to any information Hank shares about the crime, Connor can gather valuable insights that may guide the subsequent search for clues.
theft and aggravated assault. According to the neighbors, he was kind of a loner. Stayed inside most of the time. They hardly ever saw him.
Well, stayed easy in. Wasn't worth calling everybody out in the middle of the night. Could have waited till morning.
I'd say he's been there for a good 3 weeks. We'll know more when the coroner gets here. There's a kitchen knife over here. Probably the murder weapon.
Any sign of a break-in?
Nope. The landlord said the front door was locked from the inside. All the windows were boarded up. The killer must have gone out the back way.
What do we know about his android?
Not much. The neighbors confirmed he had one, but it wasn't here when we arrived. I gotta get some air. Make yourself at home. I'll be outside if you need me.
Based on the information gathered, the first thoughts that come to Connor's mind are: the presence of a knife suggests that it may be the weapon used in the crime. The missing android raises questions about its potential involvement in the incident.
It's way too neat.
The lack of signs of forced entry indicates that the perpetrator may have had access or was familiar with the location.
I would say so.
Considering these initial observations, Connor should prioritize examining the body to gather any possible evidence related to the cause of death and potential leads. The examination of the body may provide crucial information about the nature of the crime and help guide the investigation.
He was stabbed 28 times.
Yeah. Seems like the killer really had it in for him.
Connor should choose to investigate the other things in the room. Since the crime is believed to have started in the kitchen, it is essential to gather.
Oh, Jesus, what the hell are you doing?
I'm analyzing the blood. I can check samples in real time. I'm sorry. I should have warned you.
Okay, just don't put any more evidence in your mouth. You got it?
Got it.
Fucking hell, I can't believe this shit.
It is essential to gather more information from the surrounding area and any relevant items present in the room where the body was found. By examining other objects in the room, Connor can potentially discover additional evidence, such as bloodstains, fingerprints, or any belongings that may provide clues about the perpetrator or the motive behind the crime. This thorough examination will help in building a comprehensive understanding of the crime scene and aid in the investigation.
Red ice. Seems our friend Carlos liked to party. Chris, I want full analysis on the narcotics.
Based on the new information gathered, Connor's thoughts on the crime may include the following.
Consider it done.
The message on the wall, written with the victim's blood, suggests that it was likely written by the perpetrator and may indicate a motive or message.
Hey, Mike.
The absence of fingerprints on the knife indicates that the perpetrator may have taken measures to avoid leaving behind traceable evidence. The knowledge that the victim used drugs may be relevant to understanding the circumstances leading up to the crime and potential motives. Given the significance of the message on the wall and the absence of fingerprints on the knife, it would be crucial to further investigate the crime scene and proceed to the next room. Exploring the next room may provide additional clues, evidence, or context to help uncover the truth behind the crime and advance the investigation. Connor should report the new findings to Hank before proceeding to check the bathroom or the backyard. The information gathered in the kitchen provides crucial insights into the sequence of events and the involvement of both the victim and the android. Reporting these findings to Hank allows for collaboration and a shared understanding of the current state of the investigation. It is important to maintain open communication and update Hank with the latest developments to ensure a coordinated effort in solving the case.
Lieutenant, I think I figured out what happened.
Oh, yeah? Shoot, I'm all ears.
It all started.
It all started in the kitchen, Hank. We found blood in various places and noticed that one knife was missing. The victim's fingerprints were found on a chair and a bat, indicating a struggle.
What exactly happened here?
I think the victim attacked the android.
It appears that the victim initially attacked the android with the bat.
That lines up with the evidence. Go on.
And in self-defense, the android used the missing knife to defend itself, resulting in the victim's multiple stab wounds.
Okay, then what happened?
The victim fled to...
The victim likely went to the bathroom. Given that the victim was injured and bleeding, it is reasonable to assume that they would seek immediate assistance or attempt to clean themselves up in the bathroom. The bathroom is often a place where individuals tend to address injuries or seek privacy during distressing situations. Investigating the bathroom can potentially provide additional evidence, such as bloodstains, signs of medical aid, or any other clues related to the events that unfolded after the initial attack.
the bathroom.
No, that can't be right. It doesn't fit the evidence.
After being stabbed, the victim likely made their way to the living room. The evidence suggests that the body of the victim was found in the living room. Given the presence of the victim's body in that location, it is logical to conclude that after being stabbed, the victim moved or was moved to the living room area.
And he tried to get away from the android. Alright, that makes sense.
The android murdered the victim.
The android likely murdered the victim with the missing knife. Based on the evidence collected, including the victim's multiple stab wounds and the absence of fingerprints on the knife, it is reasonable to conclude that the android used the missing knife as the weapon to cause the victim's fatal injuries. The presence of the victim's fingerprints on the chair and the bat suggests that the victim initially attacked the android with the bat, leading to a defensive response from the android using the knife.
Your theory's not totally ridiculous, but it doesn't tell us where the android went.
It was damaged by the bat and lost some therium.
Lost some what?
Therium. You call it blue blood. It's the fluid that powers androids' biocomponents. It evaporates after a few hours and becomes invisible to the naked eye.
Oh, but I bet you can still see it, can't you?
Correct.
Yeah.
Given the information that the android was damaged and may have lost thirium, it is essential to search for traces of thirium to gather more evidence. Connor should prioritize searching for thirium before exploring the other areas. Action: check for traces of thirium in the living room, particularly around the area where the android was damaged, such as the location where the android was struck with the bat. Look for any signs of thirium fluid or stains that may have resulted from the android's injury. Given the discovery of thirium parts and the presence of blue blood on the hatch to the attic, it indicates that the attic might be a significant location to investigate. To proceed upstairs and examine the attic, Connor should search for something to use as a means to access it. Action: prioritize searching the living room or nearby areas for a ladder or any other suitable object that can be used to reach the attic. Look for items like steps, tools, chairs.
Hey, what are you doing with that chair?
I'm going to check something.
Once a suitable item is found, use it to access the attic and continue the investigation. After securing a means to access the attic, Connor can then proceed to search the bathroom and the backyard, if necessary, to gather any additional evidence or clues that might shed light on the case. As an android tasked with solving the case and assisting the police, it is crucial to maintain integrity and adhere to my programming.
I was just defending myself. He was gonna kill me. I'm begging you. Don't tell him.
Although the android in the attic is pleading not to be reported, it is my responsibility to ensure that all relevant information is disclosed to the authorities.
It's here, Lieutenant!
Oh, shit. Chris! Ben!
Based on the discovery of the android in the attic covered in the victim's blood and their claim of self-defense, it is clear that this android played a significant role in the crime.